Morning everyone, Corey with Red Suspension. Today we are talking about the older Sachs Provalve for your Beta. Hey everyone, Corey here with Red Suspension. Today we're talking about the older Sachs suspension on your Beta X Pro. So with the older ones, they come with the dual spring design. So this is Pre-25 suspension. And it's still with the Sachs suspension where they're lacking in just certain areas. Luckily on the older ones, the Pre-25, so your RRs, 300 non-race, everything like that, the non-KYBs, K-Tech makes Provalves for these. And the reason being is just because of the fact that Sachs really enjoys kind of making things difficult. So Sachs suspension, so here's a stock mid valve off the rebound side of Sachs suspension. They like to use 7mm and 9mm ID shims. So tuning it, you kind of have to have somebody that knows Sachs, that tunes Sachs, that has those type of shims, and not a lot of people do. What the Provalves do, which is really nice, is here's a Provalve mid valve, which is the same as you see on all the other ones. Really nice machined Provalve, smooth edges so it prevents cavitation. You have multiple port mid valve post, everything like that. But this is what really makes this nice is it converts it from a 7mm inside diameter post to a 6mm. So that means tunability. Anybody can tune these. So these are also DIY kits that you can put in yourself, but if you put it in and you're like, hey, I can't make this right, you could take it to a tuner, any tuner or anything like that, or buy shims, which are easier to find when the 6 and 8mm IDs, you can start tuning them yourself. This Provalve kit does not make it a kind of like the Explorers, it does not make it a dual adjustable base valve with dual mid valve, same controls. It essentially keeps these still one side rebound and one side compression, which is on these forks is honestly not a problem. It's obviously still lacking in some areas, but this is a really good mid-grade upgrade for these. Here you have a base valve out of the Sachs, which you see is a very large piston, small ports, 9mm shims on the inside, at very sharp edges, same thing, what we've talked about before with these, where you have the K-Tech one, which is tighter tolerances through the whole thing. You actually have bleed ports on your compression side. So that way, when the pressure gets too high or anything like that, it can actually bleed off pressure and not be so harsh on your forks. Where this is just pretty much a straight rate that you get what you get and you go from there. Again, these are non-adjustable, so you have to take that into consideration with these, but we've ran these on a few sets now and they have changed the game night and day. They make your front end feel more planted, make your front end feel more comfortable, and they make your front end just perform better. And at the normal Provalve cost of normally around $550 or so, you get a really good upgrade without having to pay the $1,200 to $1,400 for cartridges or $3,000 for KYBs or anything like that. So you also get, again, so let me grab the old needle. So the old needle in these Sachs, the old needle, as you can see, it's a very short tapered cone. It's not going to focus. And the O-ring's right here. So you still have a lot of fluid pressure getting bypassed through the thing or through the interior of your rebound rod. And it's going to right here where this is the only thing separating the fluid into it. Where, as the K-Tech one, so you have a very mild tapered needle. So your clickers actually do more, your fluid is less cavitation, but it creates it like the WP and KYBs where your mid-valve O-ring or your needle O-ring actually sits down inside the rod. So that way there's less pressure buildup and cavitation within that. There's a small cavity in here, which in the long term makes your forks work better, longer, not have as much problems. So We've been getting a lot of people asking about our DIY kits for the newer 25 and 26. And these are for, of course, the pre-25s. With the 25 and 26, we are actively building them right now, and they'll be available soon. We just want to make sure we get everything, all the final kinks knocked out and ready to go before we send them to you guys, where I don't want any problems with you guys. If you want, with the DIY kits for the 25 and 26, I'm looking for a test bike, essentially, that I would like to set up for somebody. That way I can make sure our test kits or our DIY kits are ready to rock. I could take pictures, I could take step-by-steps, everything like that. So if you guys have one, comment, let me know. I'll take care of all the labor and everything like that. All you guys would have to do is cover shipping, and we can get a DIY kit out to you guys faster. So yeah, so this is the K-Tech Pro, or the K-Tech Provalves. You know my big hype on Provalves. I love them for the cost of them, for what they do, for everything, for normal riders, and I mean all the way up to pro riders, which are running them. They work really well. Don't hesitate to try them. If you have an older beta with the Sachs suspension, give us a call. We can get you a quote and get you set it up, figured out. Remember, I'm Corey from Ride Suspension. Ride beyond your limits. Have a good one.